Our time in the Underdark is over. Finally, we are ready to move to the surface and be done with this horrible place. The Dark Elves will be left in quite the disorganized state, since one of their leading houses of Uthnatha would have been cut down. I'm sure there are others in the family that would take over eventually. Hopefully there is fighting involved to decide who leads, but at the least they will not be leading the fight with a greater demon at the head of their army. I cannot wait to feel the sun on me again, and see things clearly for once. It's been such a long time, and it feels like another lifetime ago. We went from trying to escape the maze of Spellhold, to being at the bottom of the ocean, to then being stuck in the Underdark, from one bad place to another. It would be very nice to be free of all that, and just be able to live our lives outside of some kind of captivity. This after spending 2 months in Irenicus' dungeon. Yeah, I'll be glad when this is all put behind me. It may have broken lesser folk, but my group and I are extremely resilient. We have this good camaraderie. We care for each other and are close friends. We all know we will make it through this, and when one of us falters, another helps us to realize that we're not alone, and what the stakes are if we give up. I think if anything, that is our major strength. We've made it through a lot, and will continue to do so. Others such as Nira and Rasad are also good friends, though they're off doing their own things right now. Yoshimo. Oh, Yoshimo. What a bad end your life had. He was still a friend, and we all miss him, and we realize why he turned against us. It was the geese, and none of us really blame him for it. He will be missed. We are leaving the Koatua western tunnels in the Underdark. I'm not sure what's on the other side, but perhaps we should put on our defenses, because I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of Drow nearby. Let's see. Defenses, defenses, defenses. Okay, I think we're ready.
Without doubt.
Too bad we couldn't take our conjured pets with us. Yeah, there's Drow here. There's a wizard over there.
Jump on my sword while you can, Eva. I won't be a...
Next time. Speak quickly and precisely. In Vervan's name, it shall be done.
That hurt him.
Next time.
That mage is, for some reason,
Next time.
paralyzed? Stunned? Oh, that's bad.
Without hesitation.
We need to get rid of its defenses. Done.
Yes!
Dead now.
You will fall by my hand!
Well, that worked.
Armored, sharpened, and raring to go.
Look at all these items, none of which are any good to us as we're going to the surface.
This will not take long.
So they had a little camp here, even a place to hold. Maybe that's where they held the spiders. What is this? That looked like an elf, not a drow. It is. These are surface elves like me. Fighting drow. Let's help them.
Glory of Helm!
Hello?
Greetings, adventurers.
You there! You are not of our enemy's dark design. Get to the surface and report to Elhan immediately. Elhan?
Kill, kill, kill! Yeah, cool!
What's in this door? More Drow. Fighting elves. Back, Drow! Back to the depths you call home. I will not have creatures such as you amidst the trees of Sultan Lesnar.
Yes, if it must be done.
That's not right.
It will be done.
More equipment that we cannot take.
For Queen Elisheim, we shall fight to the death.
Flee this place, lest you fall as a casualty of circumstance. Get to the surface and report to Elhan. He will see to your safety. That would seem to be the person that's in charge.
What is it?
Okay,
Certainly.
I'm sure how close the surface is, but it must be really close. More dark elves.
Kill, kill, kill! Yeah, cool!
Nothing that we can use.
The Dark Ones shall never conquer us.
Elhan will see to your safety. Get to the surface. Okay,
It will be done.
we must be close.
You must gather your party.
I take it this leads right to the
surface.
surface. What is this old temple, though?
As much as you have traveled, these last few feet to the surface have seemed the longest trek by far. Your relief at seeing the light of the sky is palpable, even though you are not really fleeing the black of the Underdark, rather the constant treachery. Unfortunately, even though the setting has changed, your immediate future still looks to be far from peaceful. This area has been the staging ground for many recent battles, and judging from the faces of the beleaguered Elven soldiers that now approach, there may be more to come.
We shall never surrender the Heartwoods.
I speak the common tongue that you might hear and be warned. All that breaches surface will be fought back. Wait, you were no Drow. Oh wow, this is the surface. The forest, daylight. This feels like it's been ages. It has. You should not be in this area. Are you a collaborator? Have you betrayed the surface world to the devils below? My name is Orin, and I fought through the Drow to find Arenicus. You know of Arenicus. You will speak with Elhan immediately. He will determine your relationship with the Fiend. By all means, if this Elhan can tell me of Arenicus, I am very eager to meet him. Your fate will be decided shortly. You will remain under guard until Elhan sees you. Make no move. You will be watched closely. It's dinner time. The sun is low.
The Seldarine watch over us. Victory shall be ours this day.
Welcome. Yes, welcome. I'll have you know I do not trust you. I have no reason to trust you. I do not feel that I have to trust you. No doubt the same applies from your perspective. I only wish to help, though I won't be much use if I don't know what's going on. You will be of use if you supply answers to our questions. Perhaps you will bring enlightenment, perhaps not. Perhaps you are in league with the enemy, perhaps not. I am undecided. Elhan will see to you. He will make sure you are comfortable and that you reveal what you must of yourself. He is experienced, and he has knowledge of the enemy. Mind you that you obey him. Regardless of your intent, if you attack any of my elves here, I will have you killed on the spot. We are Legion, rest assured.
Well, I thank you for coming.
Thank you for proving friendly. I was not looking forward to another fight. Yes, well, I am here to determine exactly what it is you were looking for. A battle may yet be warranted. I shall keep this brief, as I have little time to waste on you. A few questions are all I need regardless. I will cooperate. I suspect we are after the same person. I seek Irenicus. I was told that perhaps you might know something of that person, and I am very interested in learning exactly what. I will ask some things of you, and you will speak what you know. My sages will detect any falsehood. They are very good at that sort of thing. Now then, something simple and direct to begin with. You emerged from the home of the Drow. Were you fleeing, or are you in league with them? I left them bloody and battered. I did not flee. Truth. I concur. Truth. Truth. Well, a good start. You are currently not an ally of the Drow. This tells me nothing of your motives, though. Let us continue. A name, then, that you may know something of. Irenicus. Do you know of him? Of course, he is the reason that I have come all this way. Strong truth. Very much so. The association is clear. So you admit to knowledge of a fiend and criminal. I will have to push this further. Perhaps you are a window to his plans. Shall we try to determine how much you know, how far your association goes? Are you in league with Irenicus? No, I am not. He is our common enemy. Truth. Truth. It seems she believes this wholeheartedly. I am glad to hear as such. My guards have better things to do than be waiting to execute you. This has put me more at ease. Whatever manner of creature you are, we are on the same side in this instance at least. Well, can't you detect if I'm not an elf? If there's some kind of magical thing around me? As I told you, why wouldn't you believe me to begin with? You are certainly less of a threat than I first imagined, but do not think you are welcome yet. This area is still at risk, and I will not take chances. For now, I will apprise you of the situation, and you will realize why travel in this area is to be restricted. You might have received a warmer welcome, but Irenicus has triggered the strongest of emotions wherever he has trod. That I know well. He has stepped beyond all bounds of decency, and our very city is under the weight of his thumb. Soldanesalar is simply gone. Gone? Your city's gone. Irenicus is the most vile of villains if he dared to destroy a whole city. I can't believe that, and I have believed some amazing things, let me tell you. It has only been concealed, but we cannot penetrate the magics that have hidden it. We are forced to remain here, pestered by Drow while supplies falter. Oh, yes, I guess I can see why that would put you in a very bad situation. But if Adalon's going to be going after the Drow, that will really help. He bears some great hatred for this city and someone named Elysim. Truth. Yes, she knows much of this. It would seem your travels have given you quite a bit of insight into the plans Irenicus has made. I wonder if you might be of service to us. I might be, if you think you can trust me. You obviously bear no love for Irenicus, making you the enemy of our enemy. Classically speaking, this might make you our friend. And even if you are not, you cannot reach Irenicus without helping us. He is untouchable, save for one possibility. Within the temple was an artifact of great power, the Rin Lanthorn. It is an ancient lantern, etched with the oldest of runes. The Lanthorn is attuned to the Elven nation, and no magic can bar its return to Elven lands. We could simply walk to Soldanesalar if we had possession of it. Someone stole the relic when the temple fell to the Drow. Obviously, it was a servant of Irenicus, capitalizing on the chaos of the battle. We have not been able to determine where the thief went, despite the best efforts of our sages. It makes me think that the Lanthorn is no longer in Elven territory. I think it might have been Bodhi, Irenicus' sister. I know her stomping grounds well. Truth. As I said, I cannot help if you don't trust me. Bodhi, you may know more than we about this situation after all. I propose we exchange our services. It would help if I knew what was really going on here. I cannot say more than I have. Perhaps if I had access to the city, I would have insight, but as it stands, I am in the same situation you are. The attack came without warning, born in the mind of a human we did not know. This was not in the realm of possibility, and it remains as such. He has dealt with Drow, defiled our temple, and violated our city. His name is to be spit and spoken of as rarely as possible. He is all that elves are not. If you know how to find the treacherous servant of this fiend, I suggest that you do it. You seek Irenicus, we seek Irenicus. To help us is to help you yourself. Find the lanthorn. Seek outside Elven lands and whatever location you think an important servant of Irenicus would be. Only then will we reach this man. I will need supplies, and I might need help facing Bodhi. We cannot march on human territory. As great as our problems are, they would only get worse if we appear to be sending agents into the cities of Am. Boo does not favor the odds, but I have no doubt we will succeed. You have traveled extensively. Return to the groups you have already encountered and ask their aid. I am sure that you will find some among them to help you. The Shadow Thieves, I suppose. They need not know the nature of the emergency, only that a great evil must be routed. The less who know of the shame brought by Irenicus, the better. I will do what I can, though Bodhi is very strong. Have you holy water and stakes? I have such things. The water is exceptionally potent and will prove effective against those that wrong the temple. The wrath of the Seldarine is in each vial. It sounds as though you know the nature of the creature you must face. Your service is now doubly appreciated. Okay, so we have 4 wooden stakes and elven holy water. Okay, so I'm curious. Before I go, what did you say about shame? What shame has Irenicus caused you? It is not your concern. His deeds will be apparent when we reach him. Until then, you should begin your task. I will begin immediately. We have talked long. I will make sure the guards know you are free to come and go. All speed to you, Orin. Oh, thank Baravan, we're out in the open again. Being closed in really got to you, didn't it? I've never liked being underground, but you seemed ready to claw your skin off. None of my people handle enclosed spaces well, Imoen. I guess it doesn't come up much when you fly around everywhere. Yes, but the Avariel have explorers and adventurers too, but no spelunkers. It has been centuries now since the last party of Avariel tried to explore underground caverns. They were never seen again, right? No, that would have been less frightening. They came back quickly, but they had gone incurably mad. None of them uttered a coherent word again for the rest of their lives. Most killed themselves quickly. Oh, that's terrible. Wow, being underground for even a short time was too much for them to live with? I mean, it bothers me too, but then I get outside. I get a big lungful of fresh air, and presto. You don't understand. It was terrible, unthinkable. The feeling of tons of stone above me, pressing in on me. Aerie, calm down. You're safe here. The Underdark is behind us, and you handled it great when you needed to. Thank you, Imoen. I worried that you might think I was weak. We've all been there, Aerie. Anybody who has and says it doesn't bother them is a big fat liar, and you can tell them I said so.
My honor is my life.
Jantis says to me, the Silver Lady will leave her post. I still cannot believe what I have witnessed. What do you mean? I cannot understand this behavior. I am taken aback. Never would I have expected a Silver Lady to leave the post she promised to keep. Really, it's that important, is it? A silver dragon is the greatest, most majestic creature that I have ever seen. If she is to leave her post, what horrible things must have happened? You heard what she said, Ajantis. Guarding the exit became pointless. There's no use in keeping to a promise in this case. Her guarding did not become pointless. Imagine how powerful her help in defeating the attacking Drow would be. No, she let her allies down. She said she would guard it, and now she leaves, in the moment of the upcoming war. This is a behavior I would usually call treachery. Maybe there is another truth in it. To stop if you aren't capable of fulfilling your duty anymore. But still, it leaves a bad impression to go like this. I have to think about this some more. She did have eggs that she was waiting to hatch. I can't believe we are finally out of that hellhole. Ugh. About time we got rid of that awful, musty smell. Yeah, all the Drow equipment we have is all fallen to ashes, by the way. You know, Oren, I'd really enjoy resting somewhere green and beautiful for a change. Wouldn't you? I fully agree, Oren. It seems so long since I was last in contact with pure nature that I had forgotten its scent. Ah, yes, of course. This place is so peaceful. It reminds me of the forest of my youth. Let's stay all night, please. I think... Imoen looks around her. This seems quite a neat spot, huh? Not right here in front of their tent. So what if we spend a night here, before we go get this lanthorn thing? After all we've done, we can wait a few hours longer before we set off after Bodhi, right? Let's do it. I'm exhausted after all that darkness and cruelty and Drow deceit. Great, this is going to be awesome. Okay, well, we'll have to find a spot then. Now, wooden stakes. Let's see. I get this Drow dust. Adamantine dust. This is a pile of adamantine dust. Most likely the end result of exposing a Drow item to the light of day. I believe I still have this sword, Varskona. This is the sword that we got from that bounty hunter that was after Prism way back in right when my adventure started, right after I left Candlekeep, actually. I'm still using that. Alright, so I have my swords back. We need to get proper armor. The chastity belt still cannot be removed. Oh, that's just great. But we can't get married until that's done. Okay, so we have this. He needs... Okay, so he was wearing Gorgon plate. Where is your armor? Did I put it in the bag of holding? Yeah, there's... Dune plate, plate of Baldurin. Wow, it's pretty good armor. We have 10 wooden stakes. An Elven holy water. I think that's everything.
Certainly.
Now we have to find a place to rest. Now that we are back on the surface, any Drow item should crumble to dust, but the belt did not. I'm afraid we'll have to seek professional help. It's a pity that it did not. Indeed, it is full of magic, so I'm not surprised. There is that dwarven blacksmith in the docks. I think his name was Cromwell. He makes his living off of unusual finds and rare contraptions. Maybe he'll know what to do with this. Alright, we'll go there. Alright, I thank you. Off to Athkatla we go then. Let us be quick. We're going to rest first.
Helm, give me strength!
I catch Ajantis openly showing his feelings for me. I notice Ajantis' gaze on me. His eyes are brimming with great admiration. As he becomes aware of my attention, he seems to return to his senses. Love, you caught me. I just cannot get enough of your beauty. Forgive me. Flatterer. But he really is taken by me. If there would be like a nice little pond or stream.
Can we go whack something now?
This kind of looks alright. Let us rest.
By Helm!
Excuse me, Minsk, but what do you call this? I call it dinner. Ah, I was wondering if it had a particular name. I do not recall ever seeing stew with bits of what would you call these? Nuts? The nuts were Boo's idea. He thinks everything tastes better with nuts in it. Ah, Imoen stretches. This place is great. Look, that spot over there will do. Oh, you don't like my spot. Okay, Imoen, we'll go where you want to go. Yeah, a beautiful place, don't you think? Let's rest here. I unpack my bedroll and prepare to lie down for the night. Huh? What are you doing? I'm preparing the place where I'm going to sleep, like, every time we rest? No, I wanted to rest here, but not just go to sleep, and that's all. You know what I mean. Normally that's what we do, since we're so tired from the day. Walking, fighting. So, what do you have in mind? Well, just light a fire, sit all your butts down, and I'll show you the kind of relaxation I have in mind for tonight. Do as she says. Imoen stares at the flames. Everyone is sitting around the small fire, but few words have been said. Finally, Imoen speaks. This place is so perfect, so peaceful. Well, now that the Drow have given up for a while. It's been a long time since I've felt like this. A really long time. Well, we've lost our souls. Are we just remembering what it's like to feel at peace and at ease? She looks wistful for a moment, then lightly shakes her head. Her eyes glint with anticipation for some reason, yet her smile betrays wariness. You know what? I've been thinking forever about showing you, and this is just the perfect time. I'm a bit nervous about it. No one's ever seen it except Gorion and old Puffguts. Give me a sec. Imoen looks for something inside her pack. After searching through her belongings, she finally takes out a small object. She shows it to me. A little ivory figurine in the form of a musical instrument. It looks like a lute, or something quite similar. She places it on her lap, then begins to cast a spell. The arcane words echo in my head as the small figurine begins to move by itself. It slowly grows until a full-size instrument rests in Imoen's arms. It looks wooden now, but still the color of ivory. She gently cradles the instrument against her bust. Ah, yes, I missed you, girl. She looks up. Quite the thing, huh? Well, here's the real surprise. Imoen's fingers begin to gracefully fly over the strings, playing a beautiful melody. Triumphantly, she looks at me. She's practically glowing. Surprised? Can't blame ya. Best kept secret in all of Faerun. You can't blame Gorion for this. He was always trying to get me into magic, remember? So I wouldn't end up as a common thief like he feared. But magic stuff was boring back then. So he gave me this instead. Bard was better than rogue, I bet he figured. Tried to steer me into the finer arts in life and all that. She stumbles slightly, talking and playing at the same time, but quickly recovers. I had no idea things like this existed. He said it came from far, far south, past La Pilia and Halrua. No clue where those might be on a map. He actually joked, about not wanting to spoil you too much with it, so he gave it to me instead. Maybe it'd inspire me, huh? It kinda did. Kinda. Want to know the real shocking part, though? It was actually Puffguts that taught me to play. Can you believe it? He'd been far and wide, done so many things when he was younger. He must have been thin at some point, huh? Unheard of. He was good, like really good. Who could have known those huge fingers could move so fast? Super secretive about it, too. It's as if the whole lazy barkeep in a quiet keep thing was just pretend. Like there was a life he'd left behind and couldn't go back to. But it showed through his music. Boy, did I drive him mad with this thing. I'll be honest, he wasn't a very patient teacher. I kind of blackmailed him to play. Anyway, clearly I never became a bard, and a good thing that is. I don't like audiences. I really, really don't. I get all clammy and sweaty and gross and everything just goes terribly wrong. But I kept practicing when alone. Puffgut's basement was real good for that. Eventually, I hid even from him and Mr. G. They thought I'd given it up, just like everything else. And that's it. How's that for a story? She beams at me and plays something else. Most impressive, child, that you've been able to learn this all by yourself. Well, it demonstrates a great determination. Imoen, this is great. Our camp will never be sad and quiet anymore. Ooh, it's such a nice thing. Boo likes it a lot, right, Boo? Surprised? I knew nothing of this. How could you hide this from me all this time? Why didn't you tell me? Weren't you listening just now? I'm a big fat chicken. Squawk, squawk, squawk. That's me. Gosh, it was tough enough working up the courage for tonight. Just thinking of a bigger audience? She shudders. Ugh. You know, I was toying with the idea when we solved the whole Baldur's Gate mess, trying to find a good time to do it, but then Arenika's goons showed up and ruined everything. I hadn't played again till now. I was a bit worried. Did it show? I hope not. No, not at all. I'm thoroughly impressed, Imoen. But of course you are. She chuckles happily and stops the melody she was playing. Alright, here goes. I hope you like this. Imoen prepares a chord and clears her throat with a slight cough. Soon she's plucking strings, gently easing the ambience into a simple tune. She starts to sing softly, her heart pouring into the melody. Though the pitch wavers at times, it remains honest and earnest and altogether true. Tears on dust, free they fall, drops of rage of a broken thrall. His soulmate dead, his daughter slain, wrath unbound, fans the flame. Vengeance sworn, he takes the quest, to a distant foe, step by step. What matters the price? In blood he'll pay, and wrath will take the pain away. Weary and worn, weathered and withered, rust-biting bone, a sword that once glimmered. Shattered and broken, the memory grows dimmer. Lives made corpses, crumbs for a sinner. Thorns for his tomb, he falls, to 100 deaths, a thrall. Hollow of heart, soul slain, he dies alone, in dread and shame. Her voice fades as the last chord echoes in the night air. Imoen opens her eye, a faint smile on her lips. I've never heard Imoen sing before. Sometimes she'd whistle, sometimes she'd hum, but I can't remember her ever singing. That was delightful, Imoen. Thank you. Such a sad story. Eri sniffs and wipes her face dry. Boo loves your singing. We want to hear more. Imoen looks at me nervously. She is expecting some kind of opinion from me. You're gifted, Imoen. Agile, deft with magic, and now music? Amazing. Ah, geez. Imoen is blushing. It's not great. I could never make a living out of it, that's for sure. But that's real nice to hear, Orin. Thank you. The night goes on in a friendly, cheerful mood. Imoen's music gradually allowing other topics to surface. Everyone enjoys the night in their own way, regardless of their different beliefs and personalities. The opportunity to take a break from everything that is going on around me and my party doesn't come often. Topics wander from reminiscence of the past to future plans until the fire is reduced to embers, always avoiding the present. For tonight, Arenicus and Bodhi are replaced by mundane stories, heated discussions, or lighthearted jokes, making all the tension and worry about our present situation fade away. Finally, the time to rest comes, and everyone retires to their respective bedroll. Imoen prepares hers away from the rest, then she lies on her back, gazing at the stars until she falls asleep. With the background of the cricket's song and the soft zephyr passing through the branches overhead, the peaceful ambience slowly lulls me into a restful sleep. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.